Go. All right. Okay. Good afternoon. No, it's not good afternoon. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about the way that we have to know about constructive feedback for writing, especially for IELTS writing. Okay. So basically, we're gonna have like 4 categories for a constructive feedback. Okay, so first of all, what you need to understand is that you have to understand about the task achievement. So task achievement is kind of like you respond the idea or like the reason why or logical statement in that particular topic, which is related to the question has been asked. Okay, so sometimes it's quite challenging a bit because task achievement is kind of it is related to the creativity or even the way that you can respond in very like a reasonable point in that match. Okay. So today, this is very important because task achievement is kind of very tough, or it would be a difficult task for the student who have to come up with, because it depends on their own opinions and experience. So we have to explore some example based on their experience or personal thinking, right? And the second is that cohesion or coherent. So this is might be very challenging as well because I would say cohesion and coherent is kind of related to the way that you can make your essay to be flow. Sometimes it need to be organized. So I would say organized essay is a key for being explored to make sure that your flow or your coherent or cohesion can be achieved for this task. However, cohesion and coherence is related to the way that we can use connector properly and effectively. In this way, if you got a question that asks you in both way, agreement or disagreement, so which means that we can explore 2 ways to respond for this task. So the connector or transition is very important because when you change the idea from one side to the other side, so you have to use in different transition, which is really important for your essay to be more organized. Okay. The third thing is kind of like we're going to talk about lexical resources or can be called vocabulary, so which is really important. So I would say that from my personal experience, especially my teaching experience, so I can see a lot of students have a struggle with the way that they can produce vocabulary in that essay. So sometimes this is a key to learn and know more about collocation or the word that come together. So sometimes collocation is depend on the way that we know some vocabulary in each particular topic. So this is very important for a student to understand before they write something properly. I would say that the vocabulary is a matter that for some students who want to expect a high score in IELTS examination, and sometimes it needs to be learned from the dictionary or in that a particular context. For example, if we got the topic which is related to the crime or responsibility, so we need to know the vocabulary which is came along with that topic as well. Okay, so the last thing is that grammatical structure. So we're going to go through the 3 levels of grammar. The first one is we need to understand the way that we can paraphrasing. Okay, paraphrasing, it means that you create or write a sentence differently from the former sentence, but you need to hold the meaningful or the same meaning or interpretation in the same way. So it is very important and very challenging for some students because I have seen like lots of students can write by changing such a vocabulary, but the pattern or the sentence is not that changed, so it's matter for your paraphrasing. So I would say paraphrasing is a matter for our academic writing. The second thing is that avoiding of a structure or grammar. It is matter for everyone to understand about a complex sentence and a compound sentence. So here I would suggest that if you understand about fanboy, so which means that you can write the sentence in a compound sentence, would be great. But overall, if you are expecting to get a high score in writing IELTS, you need to know the advanced grammar or complex structure. For example, you can use such a if conditional sentence, or not only but also nevertheless you use transition properly. So this is kind of like the way that we can improve our writing to be better. Okay, so again, 4 criteria for constructive feedback for essay writing would be, the first one is task achievement. It's matter for your idea. The second is cohesion and coherent. It's kind of a transition and your organized essay to be flow, right? And then the lexical resources, or it's a matter for your vocabulary, and you need to expand your vocabulary as much as you could. And the last thing is that grammatical range, or the advanced grammar. So we have to know before we write something in the essay, right? So thank you for today. Bye bye.